Hello everybody and welcome back to a special episode of Vacuum Exposition. I, of course, am Carl, the host of, well, every episode. But anyway, so we are going to be taking a look at a very cool machine, very, very special to me, so I did definitely want to do a video on this. Of course, it is the Easter show, so for those that are celebrating or out doing things, Easter egg hunts or church and whatever, everything you guys do, happy Easter, enjoy it, have fun. I will be doing my own thing as well, but I did want to bring you guys a video all the same. Now, being as it is Easter and it is generally associated with brightly colored eggs and whatnot, we will be looking at a very brightly colored vacuum cleaner today. Well, it is in my opinion anyways. Of course, the background of everything, we do have our Lego floral display. Me and my wife are very much into the Lego flower series, so we figured we'd get that all displayed and brightly colored for Easter. We also are in front of our, well, new to us, but repurposed quilt shelf. So it has many different colors in that as well. So figured it was a good place to do the video in front of today. So anyways, let's get on to the video for today and take a look at a cool machine. All right, everybody, so what we are looking at today is a very, very special machine to me, and I'll tell you why. Now, what we're looking at is a 1982, specifically built September of 1982, Panasonic JetFlow model MC-672. Don't ask me what those numbers signify. All I know is that that is the model number. MC, I manufacture something? Don't know. But Panasonic used that MC labeling for a long, long time on a lot of their machines, and up to today, they're still making vacuum cleaners, and they do use the MC labeling. But this particular machine is a 1982 Panasonic JetFlow, and it came from a very, very good friend of mine as a gift. Now, the JetFlow, for those that didn't know the history of this is actually a very interesting and very historically significant vacuum cleaner. And we will talk more about these when they come in, and we have seen one already, but the Hoover Dial-O-Matic. If you haven't seen my video on it, I did one on a Canadian version a few months back now. That was another orange and brown color, but essentially the Dial-O-Matic was the first clean air upright that Hoover introduced back in the 1960s. In order to achieve this, it featured a filter above the exhaust, which would point out the front, and thus giving you clean air coming out of the machine rather than just belching it through a bag out the back like they would for generic vacuum cleaners. And it also was able to prevent more dust in the air. So the Dial-O-Matic was a very, very interesting machine, called the Dial-O-Matic because there was a dial on the back to switch it from, well, doing your carpets to, well, doing the drapes. So very, very interesting machine. Well, the Dial-O-Matic was continued all the way into the late 70s until it was discontinued to welcome in the new Concept 1 vacuum cleaner. Well, when that happened, when the Concept 1 rolled off, Panasonic, or specifically Matsushita Electric in Japan, bought the patent from Hoover and were able to make their own rendition of the Dial-O-Matic, known as the JetFlow. The JetFlow is probably one of the most continuously manufactured vacuum cleaners in vacuum history. You can still buy a brand new Panasonic JetFlow. I believe it's called something else now. I'll show a picture of one right here. But you can buy this machine brand new off of different retailers and whatnot, but you can get the same machine from the late 70s all the way to today. One of the longest running vacuum cleaners of all time. But they're very, very cool machines. Now, this still carries over a lot of the technology from the original Dial-O-Matic, but this machine is one of the newer look machines that came out in around the early 80s, specifically being 82, of course. But previous to this, the Panasonic JetFlow would have kind of had a blocky hood, whereas this particular model is all swooped in, and they kind of Frenched in that headlight to make it a lot more, well, speedy looking, more, you know, more futuristic-y, I would like to say. Now, this doesn't have a whole lot of options in terms of gadgets and gizmos, but what you did get, you still did get the handle with the rubber grip, as well as the on-off switch in the handle, rather than being somewhere down below on the machine. Of course, you still did have all the filters and everything, as well as the bag. Generally speaking, the Panasonic JetFlow would have had your filter right here, which would have filtered out the air through the back. But the front opens up, just like how the Dial-O-Matic would open up in the back. And of course, you still had a headlight. Now, the really cool thing is you had a 12-inch wide brush roll, beater bar brush roll, that was chrome. And I'll just quickly show you guys that. As you can see, we have this nice chromed brush roll, as well as that exhaust port that I was talking about. So very, very interesting machine. Now, the whole reason why I decided to bring this one out for the Easter episode was not just because it's a very colorful machine. As you can see, it has this great kind of creamy tan color with some maroon. Two colors I would never think that would go together, but you know, it just works all together. It's got the brown cord and accents, blacks and the maroon. It's just a menagerie of colors, and I really, really like it. But it was also a gift from my friend Dan. He had found it a long time ago, but it had sat with him for a while. We hadn't seen each other for a while. So when we met up to do something, me, him, and our wives, he brought this along and bestowed it upon me. So it is an awesome, awesome gift, and a big, big thank you to him. The JetFlow also did have, like I said, the features of the Dial-O-Matic. So instead of having a big switch that you would have changed in order to turn from, you know, your floor suction to upholstery tool or drapes or anything like that, what Panasonic did is they had this hose opening right here. So what you would have done is you would have opened this little door right here and stuck your hose in, so no need to turn a big dial or anything. So very, very cool feature right there, and definitely simplified what Hoover was doing. So very, very cool. One other really cool little feature that I've noticed about this particular machine is the cord itself. Now, I don't know if this is original, but it looks original, being as it matches the handle. But this cord, and I know you can't really tell, but I'll try to zoom in on it right here. It has a little labeling on it. Now, that labeling says Kawasaki on it. Now, I don't know if this is related to the Kawasaki motorcycles or anything like that, but I still think it is just neat that it has that labeling on it. Being that it came from Japan with Matsushita Electric, it is possible that they did outsource some of their parts like the cord. Now, one other cool little aspect of this machine that I really, really like is that it has, and I will tilt the machine down and I'll zoom in again, it has this sticker right here. And, you know, it is a common sticker, and you do see it quite often on electronics and stuff like that, but it is certified by the Good Housekeeping Association, just basically giving their own, you know, stamp of approval on it. Now, the Panasonic machines were very, very deluxe machines for the day, being as they were very well built and a very high-end brand at the time as well. So they were offered in different catalog ordering or department stores, and I'll show a couple ads for some similar models right here. So as you can see, they were a pretty prevalent machine. This machine probably isn't the most rare, but seeing some of the original examples are not easy to find anymore. I do know of some other people that have very similar machines that are a little bit more deluxe, so it is kind of rare to find one like this in the kind of the bottom of the line. Just being as that, generally speaking, if you were spending $200 to $300 on a vacuum cleaner, you wanted as many features as you were getting, as you could get. So very, very cool machine. Anyways, let's get on to our run demo for today and see how this thing goes across the carpet. All right, so we've got it all ready to go. Let's see how it does. So, being as that I did talk about this being that hosed port, I figured I would demonstrate the suction off of the port here just to show it has pretty good suction. So this machine is a really, really cool one. Definitely very ambidextrous, almost like a Swiss Army knife for doing things for cleaning. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed our little video on the 1982 Panasonic JetFlow model MC-672. It is a really, really cool machine, and it is very significant to vacuum cleaner history. I did love using this machine. It does groom the carpet very, very well. That brush roll does quite a good job on any longer pile. So very, very happy with it. It does perform very well, but a much loved machine in my collection now. So of course, big thank you to Dan for helping me find this beauty of a machine, and definitely worthy of our Easter program. Now, you guys all have a great and wonderful Easter. I hope you all stay safe and have a great time with family, friends, or whatever you do. Enjoy the eggs, the bunnies, church, whatever you're going to do. So it should be a good day for all of us. So you guys all have a great rest of your week as well, and we will see you in the next one.